what are some of the lessons you learned from going through that acquisition, and how did it even start?
Yeah. So we'll talk about how it started, then we'll talk about the lessons. So how it started is, um, wow, I'll pause. But how it started is, and I was just wanted to say this in a clear way. I feel like she was scouting me, and I didn't know. And I was as blind as anybody could possibly be to the fact that she was vetting me. And on her podcast, she said the person that's going to acquire you is not some random company that has one meeting randomly set up on your. There's going to be a relationship there.
Mm-hmm.
And in the year of 2022, I was doing the most international things I had ever done. We were doing our biggest brand partnerships. I want to say that 80% of it, Morgan was there. As a friend. I will say that as a friend, but her business mind never turns off.
Yeah.
She joined me when we did an event in Croatia. She joined me when we did an event in Ghana and had a chance to rap her do and tell me. She saw all of this stuff. And I think she just put it in her mental Rolodex.
Yeah.
And when the opportunity came, when opportunity meets the work, you got something special. And opportunity came because I got laid off. And she was transparent after the fact and telling me that she would have never asked to acquire me unless I was willing to do this full time. And as long as I have my day job, I was never going to be willing to go full time at this. And she said, for you or person X to be able to deliver what I'm going to need them to deliver, I need all of their mind focused solely on this. So the day I got laid off, she had her Rolodex locked in mentally of what we were capable of. She didn't have the financials, but she could do math. She could look at the people. She could look at the reach. She could look at the like count, all of that. And she said, hey, come to Death Row. So that was literally how it came about. Now, as far as the learning lessons, number one, business folks. Everybody want to call themselves a business folks CEO, but is your business in order? Are you a business person if your business is not in order? So get your business right. I thought my business was right, but until you get a due diligence checklist in your inbox where you have to give them everything short of your social security and your firstborn, you will realize there's a lot more business to business. So, future growth projects, like there were things that we just put off because we're in go mode. So I would say have annual planning sessions, whether you were doing a podcast, whether you're doing a party, whether you actually have a product, a tangible product, like end of year look backs. And I had a team. It wasn't like I was just doing everything by myself. We would just put it off. Now, again, we had an accountant. He's like, bro, have a data room. Have a data room. Here's the link to the data room. Say, hey, cool. I'm going to just pay you, do my taxes. Make sure I ain't got to pay the crazy bill. Trump me out. Help me out. Give me the Trump. Give me the Trump and we good. But like I should have had all of that stuff together, consolidated, all of our financial reports, an understanding of that stuff. Because we did not, we had to do a crazy sprint. And we had our business together to a certain extent, but it wasn't perfect. So if you're starting out, you're early, mingling or mixing in your stuff, which what we did at the very infancy of R&B House Party. It was all of our accounts, all of our money. Year 2, 3, we got a crazy tax bills like, oh no, I don't like this. I was like, oh, because you should have a business account. You should have an LLC. You should have a business credit card. You should put all of your expenses there. So then we started to get structured from an accounting perspective. But then there's business things that we still needed to do. Do you own R&B House Party? Do you have the trademark? You know what I'm saying? So it was just so much more that we then needed to do at that 3-year mark. But then there was more that we needed to do to be put in position for like a 6-year mark. And I don't feel like we were where we should have been in totality of what acquisition would have needed. You know what I mean? At that point. And so I'm just telling people, like, focus on your business as your P0. I had somewhat of an excuse because I'm talent as well. But if I was solely CEO, I would have fired myself because those are things that I should have been taken care of, but I just was not. But I give myself some grace. I was literally running the parties too. So
yeah, when she's acquiring the R&B House Party, like what is she really acquiring, right? Because when we think about acquisitions, people think about tech platforms. They're doing due diligence, how many users, how often they're using the platform, right? And the business is like, you are the main guy, you're the nucleus. So as you're thinking about scaling, how do you duplicate yourself to continue having that same experience, whether like you're in Ghana,
Yeah,
Croatia,
yeah,
because there's gonna be a time you're gonna have 5 parties at
yeah.
once. And how do you get those like SOPs to still get that same feeling that
Hmm.
if you're in Atlanta, you're getting the same feeling you're in Toronto?
Yeah.
So how did you go on about like getting that done?
So two things. A is she did an asset purchase agreement, so she did actually purchase our tangible assets, meaning trademark, meaning listservs, meaning name. That was
Instagram
yeah,
page.
Instagram handle or following, or that was what she actually bought from us, so that it's just clear to everybody what the acquisition looked like. But as people ask me whenever I was telling them, yo, I'm getting acquired. I'm saying she's acquiring vibes. That's literally what I felt. But to be clear, I'm a senior level employee at the company. So it was twofold, and I don't know that somebody else could have strategically fit into this space as well as I did, wearing two hats. I was a senior person in tech for the last 5+ years, but also a CEO at night and also talent. So I'm actually signed in three different capacities within Blackbeat. I'm signed as an employee. I have my responsibilities as a Blavity House Party partner, and then I am Charles Beloved, the entity as talent. But of those three, the least important is Charles Beloved, the talent, because I'm sitting more in an executive producer seat. Along with the team, we feel very strongly about the brand and the mission and the vision, and that's not just a Charles thing anymore. It's way, way bigger than Charles. Blavity House Party, R&B House Party, Charles. Cool, 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 cool. Blavity House Party is not Charles, and so it's an opportunity for this rebrand, for this new thing, for people to be able to come in and still feel the vibes. You still acquired the same vibes. You're gonna feel included. It's gonna be an inclusive space. It's gonna feel like it's a house party. All that stuff, the brand values stay the same, but you're blowing it up. You're making it broader so that more people feel welcome into the house. I feel like I'm preaching now. And so that's what it looks like. So that's not just Charles being the only host. That's multiple hosts. That's amplifying female DJ. That's just a lot more that's gonna happen under this new broader ecosystem of festival. Us being at every tentpole moment across your calendar. Trying to get to Carabana. It was one of my favorites.
Oh, bro, come on,
My
come on. You know I'm Jamaican, bro. Come
favorite.
on,
So
stop it.
that's actually what it ultimately looks like. Is it's not about me anymore. It's about we, and there's an incredible we out there that we're gonna be able to use our new platform to benefit the community.